Hot 94.1.
What up? It's Hot 94.1, Kev King, the night show in the King's Court. Man, we got a special guest in the studio, and it's dope, the label he's on, but it's the connection of from all over the place, man. Triggs, what's happening, bro?
What up, though?
Chilling, man. Thank you for coming. Now, here's the story. You were born in New York,
Yup.
raised in ATL,
Yup.
and on Doggy Style South Records.
Doggy Style Records South.
Doggy Style Records South. Yeah, I don't want to get Snoop on my helmet about that. Man, what a connection, man. Thank you for coming once again. I'm sure this is something real big and surreal for you to be under such a, to me, anything coming from Snoop, that's like an extension of NWA. So that's like West Coast all the way, bro. And you from Atlanta. I've seen your videos lit, and you got girls with Snoop on there. That's a good little situation to be in, folks.
Definitely, man. I appreciate Snoop, Papa, you know what I mean, for making this happen, man.
Real talk. So let's rewind it. How did you get your start in doing hip hop and everything?
Well, I originally started playing the drums.
Okay.
Yeah, that was my first love, playing the drums.
Percussions, yeah. What's up?
Then probably about 6 or 7, I started, freestyling on the tapes.
Okay, when it was cassettes, if y'all don't know what those are.
Take it back.
She was on the tapes freestyling and everything. Who'd you like to freestyle to? What was the type of music you was like busting on?
Gangsta.
Of course. What was your favorite
Artist?
Yeah, what was your favorite artist growing up as you looked up to as far as like hip hop?
Jay-Z.
Yeah. All day.
Tupac, Biggie,
Yeah.
Snoop, Jadakiss.
I like that. That's a good list, especially Kiss, man. Kiss got flows. So you started freestyling everything, then you got into your own producing at an early age too. Like, what did you start producing off of?
Fruity Loops.
Fruity Loops. Everyone was on Fruity Loops.
I started working on Fruity Loops before I started actually recording on the computer.
Was you self-taught?
Yeah.
Wow. How do you remember what your first beats were like? Would you say they were fire? You keep it real.
No.
At that time, you was probably, man, that's the dope shit ever. But like if you listen to them today, you wouldn't think they were fire?
Nah.
You couldn't bring nothing back. Like, I can keep that little piece of a sample.
Nah.
Not one. Damn. Hey, but at least you self-taught, man. Sometimes making beats ain't easy. I think at a time, everybody had Fruity Loops because everyone wanted to get into producing hella hard. And, the ones that can do it stayed with it. And the ones that, you can do it, you can do it. If you're not, the ones will fall off who can't.
True.
So I was one of the ones that fell off. I couldn't do Fruity Loops, but that was one of those programs that everybody was on, and to my understanding, everyone said it was easy to use. I didn't think so. I was like, nah.
It wasn't easy.
Yeah,
Definitely not.
Like, oh, it's easy. You can get on. I'm like, nah.
Nah.
You got special skills for that, man. That's real talk. So you've been rapping, producing, and playing the drums. You're from Atlanta. What was the situation growing up in a city that in the past probably almost about 10 plus years that they've been running hip hop, you know what I'm saying? Would you say it was hard to get your place, put your foot in the door with a lot of hip hop coming out there, or was more easier to get it out there?
At the time, I was young, so I was like in a mix of listening to what they doing and not imitating, but trying to create a new sound.
Yeah, absolutely.
So once I started creating my own little sound, I was like, all right, I could do this. And people started gravitating to it, so.
That's what's up. Who was the first cat that took notice to the music, like saying, man, you gotta push that hard right there?
Like Star-wise or just?
Yeah, Star-wise.
Somebody.
Who was the first one that gave you that notice, that look to watch out for?
50 Cent.
50?
Yeah.
Wow, that's dope. That's a good cosign. I need to put out some music. I don't know how to get that, so I've been trying to get on Power all these seasons, and it's over. That's dope, man. So what do you say about you and your music and everything?
Just influencing me. Just
Yeah,
to
that's
let me
what's
know,
up.
like, keep working. You know what I mean? Like, I was young at the time, too, so it's like,
That's cool, though.
find yourself.
See, and that's dope to hear for you to hear, like, bigger artists like that will pass on game to you like that. Some of these cats don't do that and look out for the up and coming because they still doing their thing. So for him to give you, like, that kind of knowledge to which direction to go with that. That's hella dope. And now you rocking with Snoop. Let's hear the story, man. How'd you hook up with Snoop, bro?
Man, my homegirl Tampa, she does A&R work down in Atlanta, and she called me. I was in Seattle. I had set up a little tour for myself. I was doing out there.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Yo, Snoop Camp, they feeling your music. Like I sent it to them, and they feeling your music.
That's
When you gonna be back in the A?" I was like, "I'll be back out there in like a month." So things, went how it went. I ended up going out there a little earlier,
Yeah.
and she called me again. She said, "No, they really want you. Like, think it's a game. Like,
Yeah.
Sag, my guy Sag. I ended up talking to him, made the connection.
That's cool. So at the first time she told you, I mean, it seemed like you was like, yeah, that's cool. Wait till I get back and I'll deal with the thing.
That's a
But
fact.
was it a little like you didn't really believe it at first, or
I was,
what?
I was thinking about it a lot, like, but then I was like, I don't know. I just need to keep working.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's cool though. You know, you didn't let that stop your momentum of what you was already doing, because you could have dropped everything and said, "Yo, I'm on my way. I'm coming right now." But you said, "Nah, give me a month. We'll come back and click together." And they were still waiting to see what's happening with you. That's dope. That says a lot that
True
they were
story.
waiting on your music
True
to come
story.
back. That's real talk, because they could have been like a month, a month. Cause
We
they
ready
waiting
right
on
now.
month. I don't wait no. But that's dope. So what was your first meeting like with Snoop when you chopped it up with him about being on the label and everything?
Man, it was cool. Just received a lot of game and a lot of knowledge. Took that in.
Anything specifically that sticks with you that he always let you know, being out here doing this new radio promo and everything?
Just work nonstop,
Just keep working.
like consistently, nonstop.
That's dope. That's dope. Okay. So now that you're under Snoop's label, you got singles with Corrupt and Crooked Eye. That's some real, like, not only West Coast, but like those are some legends. How'd you link up with that for that track Connected?
Um, you know, you know how I go.
Make
People,
a call, make a call.
Yeah, you know how I go. Yeah. But we ended up recording it in the same studio. We always in the studio together.
Okay,
So
that's what's up.
dope vibes. It was like I was looking around at first. I was like, damn,
I got
unbelievable. I was trying to be cool, but
yeah, you can't. Sometimes you can't hold that in. I mean, you got your legends, your heroes that you grew up with, and even though you're as equal as them now in the game, it's still surreal because you're in a situation where, like, bro, this is Dog Pound here, this is Death Row,
it's a fact.
here and everything. So, I know you maintain the coolness of it, but on the inside, like, what the? Like, quick story. Years ago, when Corrupt and Daz came out here, this is off the record. This is before this studio. I smoked with them, and we was just the only three of us smoking. And I thought that was the coolest shit that I was smoking with the Dog Pound. And then it got weird. I don't know what happened to that after that. It was like, wow, I'm smoking with the Dog Pound, but at the same time, to see how these two interact because they've been rocking with each other for so long, that's what was kind of trippy about it. But it was a pleasure. I got high with the Dog Pound. I can't beat that.
Can't beat that.
So you had Corrupt, Crooked Eye in the studio. What's next for you? Who else are you gonna be working with in the future tracks? You can give us a little scoop. You ain't gotta tell us everyone, but you can tell us a couple of people you got lined up.
I'll give you one.
Go ahead.
Exhibit.
I like that. That's real right there. Exhibit.
That's all I'm giving
X
you.
to the Z. And he's rocking on. He's rolling with J.O. Felony now too. Man, you like to keep it West, don't you, bro? Well, Exhibit's originally from what? Detroit? Yep, Detroit when he first came out. But he West Coast.
Legend.
Yeah, that's real talk. I got now. See, this is gonna be another one of those. How'd you link up with him? Who reached out to who?
Calls.
Make a call. But was he someone that you specifically was kind of like eyeballing and say, man, I want to rock with Exhibit?
He been watching us for a minute.
Okay.
He been watching the label for a minute. I peeped that, and so when they reached out to him, he was with it.
That's cool. To me, that makes the situation better because if they're already catching your vibe and knowing how you rock and everything, when y'all get together in the studio, makes everything real smooth. The meeting's real cool. You guys already did the track?
Yep.
Is it a banger?
Yep.
When it coming out? Can't say
soon.
it. Can't say. Okay, so we gonna wait on that one. Let's talk about the single. Girls, 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 and I love the video, bro. I must have been real fun
Amazing.
making that video. He said, Triggs said, I ain't mad at that video at all.
Amazing.
That was a nice video, a real nice one.
Appreciate it, man.
Real talk, real talk. You got Snoop on it. That was like a perfect fitting for a cat like Snoop. If you didn't have Snoop in there, you know, next to Too Short, that would, man, that's the perfect type of video, man.
Definitely. Got my guy Sean 2 Miles on there too.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Who produced the track?
Dre Tobin.
Okay.
That was Dre, right? That was Dre Tobin.
Yeah. Now, did Snoop reach out for that one, or you reached out to Snoop?
I actually was in his studio at the time recording.
Okay.
And he came in the room. It was crazy. He was in there for like 5 minutes.
Wow.
Bumping his head. Waiting there and recorded that
He
shit
just did
fast. I was like, what the hell?
I'll just get Snoop on the track.
Here, knock that out, nephew. Take that, nephew.
Man. And I can just imagine him walking in the studio and just feeling it like that, for him to just go in and lay something down.
Yeah,
that
that
quick,
was some
like,
smooth shit right there.
wow. And you know, you've always hear stories about how Snoop, how he is in the studio and the booth and everything like that. Even from the back in the Death Row days, you know, you hear Dr. Dre, you heard interviews with Pac say, man, there's no one like Snoop the way he goes into a booth. And you got to witness that firsthand.
That was crazy.
Man. I bet you was like, oh, Snoop just did that.
I went home. I started getting in the studio. I'm like, I got to do what he did.
I'm gonna try what he did just now. He was so cool when he did that. That's what's happening. It's doing real good too. The numbers are looking good on it, man. A lot of people are feeling it.
Yeah, man. It's almost at 1 million. We be
Real
at 1 million
talk.
soon.
Okay, and on top of that, you've been on tour with Snoop, right? On the Thank Me Now,
I want to thank me too.
Thank Me tour. I don't know why I keep confusing that, because when he got his little star, he was like, I like to thank me. What's it been like being on tour with Snoop?
Just epic, man, and like unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's been crazy, but it's been fun, and I learned a lot.
I bet, man. That's one of the ultimate experiences, man. I know, again, he probably, teaches you the game on how to run with these things, because I know it can be, like, really hectic to the point where you're like, this is super unbelievable. Has it ever become, like, surreal, like this is a dream every now and then?
Yeah, just like when I meet certain people, I'll be like, damn, I only seen you on TV. Like,
it's real, huh? Okay, aside from 50 Cent, Snoop, and of course you got, Exhibit, and who's the one of the other biggest names you've ever met? And you was like, damn.
Silk the Shocker.
Silk the Shocker.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Real talk.
And you know what's cold about it is that's the very last name I would expect out your mouth is Silk the Shocker.
Silk.
Hey, real shit, my favorite Silk the Shocker album was Charger to the Game.
Facts.
Charge the Game. And people be forgetting that Destiny's Child was rocking with No Limit back in the days. So before Jay-Z, there was Master P with Destiny's Child. They don't remember that.
That was one of my idols growing up
Shocker.
too. Word. When I seen him, and it was crazy because he came up to me. He was like, "Yeah, I know who you are. Like, you dope." So fucked me up. I'm like, "Wow." Word.
Man, I would be geeked off of that too. That was just out of left field. I wouldn't expect it Silk the Shocker. Real. But I only say that because I used to be a real big No Limit fan. Real heavy when they was dropping a CD every week, and Silk. A lot of people used to tell me
Tearing the streets up.
Yeah, bruh. Getting a Fiend CD or Mac. No Limit was running it back there. I don't care what anybody says. And even when Snoop was on there, they was running it. Snoop had a good run on No Limit. So Silk the Shocker, who's next on the list? Who would you like to meet?
Would I like to meet?
Or who would you like to have in the booth next with you?
Jadakiss.
Kiss would be nice. I think, Kiss would
that'd
be
be
dope.
like.
And he's
that'd
back
be
at
crazy.
a lot of stuff too.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah, he's got Rough Riders, man. All right, we're gonna have to wrap this up. So we be talking about old school hip hop all day, Triggs. You know what I'm saying? I see you got a lot of that old school hip hop in you. Who do you like that's new, that's out right now?
Rowdy Rich.
Roddy Rich is doing it.
Yeah.
Roddy Rich. Who else? Who else is on the list that you be bumping on the regular? I like Roddy. I've read rocks with the baby too.
Me.
Yeah, of course. It better be. So are you still are you still on tour right now?
Right now, I'm just working on some new singles and knocking out some more videos.
Okay.
You know, doing some more groundwork.
Real talk. Are you gonna be dropping any type of an EP anytime soon or album by
That's
the
what
summer?
I've been working on that too.
Okay. Yeah.
Been working on that too.
You gotta come back and rock with us, man.
I got you, man. I appreciate you having
Absolutely,
me,
man. We're gonna check out the new track, Girls, Girls, Girls. Why don't you introduce it for us right quick?
What up, though? It's your boy Triggs, and you about to tune in right now to the new single Girls, Girls, Girls featuring myself, Snoop Dogg, and Sean 2 Miles. You dig?
Kev King, Night Show, my man Triggs. It's Hot 941.